Hello and thank you for tuning in to mrchoi.com.au. Today's topic is strength in weakness. Strength in weakness. So, I'm in the middle of recording a few videos today. I'm doing 7, and this is a bonus one because I heard a conversation that one of my team members was having. There was a bit of friction. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This is not cool. This is not our brand. This is not the way we do things. And I pulled them aside. I said, why were you talking to them so rudely? Why did you hang up to them? I've never, he does not like you. You're never like that. Why? That's so uncharacteristic. And they said to me, Michael, they were screaming at me. They were shouting at me. They were swearing at me. They were being rude to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Why? And we talked through it and things like that. And look, the person on the other side of the phone was being completely unreasonable. One of my team members was prospecting, and the other guy called back and said, stop calling my mum. So my mum's hustling, so my team member's hustling, and I think the son called and said, stop harassing my mum, blah, blah, blah. Right, cool, we got the message. That guy didn't need to call so rudely. However, we're not about pointing fingers, we're about looking at ourselves. And I said, okay, mate, yeah, he shouldn't have spoken to you like that, but should you have spoken to him like that? Just because he did that to you, does that mean that you have to do that to him? And I said, your actions just then every single action you take is either moving you closer to your ideal future or further away from your ideal future. There's no in between. I said every single action you take is either moving you closer to your ideal future or moving you further away from your ideal future. And I said, how you took that phone call, which way did it go? Rhetorical question. It's obvious it took him away from his ideal future. Off track, right? And I said, imagine. Okay, so let's just say you've lost that business. You're never going to sell their house, they don't like you, then you call them too much, right? Fine. You lose 1, but don't lose 10 because you lost 1. They could go to a barbecue today and talk to their friends and say they had a bad conversation with you. They're probably going to exaggerate, say that you really raised your voice, that you swore, that you hanged up on them, and that you're the rudest person on the planet. Because when people are telling a story from their perspective, they like to exaggerate it to make them sound like they're innocent and the other person's guilty. So I said, mate, the chances are they're going to exaggerate that story, and they could even do it to one of your prospective clients. And there's another person that you lose, so on, domino effect. And I said, really what you need to do, what I would do right now, it's up to you what you want to do, but I advise you, a good idea would actually be call them up and apologize. And he goes, Michael, I can't do that. That's not me, that's weak. I'm not going to be weak. He shouldn't have shouted at me and swore at me on the phone. And I said, there's strength in weakness. I said really strong people that are so sure about themselves, people that are so confident about themselves, they can show weakness. People that aren't sure about themselves, people that are probably weak, they have to show strength, they have to put this veneer, they have to put this shell, they have to put this clothing on to protect themselves from the world. And I said it's like rich people. Think about some really, really rich people. A lot of them are quite comfortable wearing standard clothes. They don't have to wear the fanciest Louis Vuitton, Prada, all those expensive brands. I couldn't even think of all the brands just then. And they don't have to wear, all those expensive brands, all these expensive jewelries. The really wealthy people, I'm talking really wealthy, are quite comfortable not doing that because they don't have to prove themselves. It's the people that aren't really wealthy, that have money and are trying to project an image of wealth, that buy all those expensive things to show everyone, look how dazzling I am, I'm rich. They're not rich, they're well off, they can afford the gear, but they're not rich. So, I'm saying it's the same thing, so there's strength in being weak, weakness in being vulnerable. The rich people don't have to act rich. They're cool that smart people, when they're in a conversation, they don't have to talk. They say people that aren't smart talk a lot, people that are smart listen more. And so a smart person in a conversation just listens and contributes, but doesn't feel that they have to project absolutely and regurgitate absolutely everything in their brain so that everyone on the table thinks that they're so knowledgeable. They're quite comfortable in the knowledge of the fact that they are smart. Rich people are quite comfortable in the knowledge of the fact that they have money. Strong people are quite knowledgeable in the fact that they are strong, they don't need to act strong. There's strength in weakness. He called that person up, apologized, and the conversation went really, really well. There were smiles, and the guy said, don't worry about it, it's all good, no problem. And yeah, I just really want to encourage you that we don't really have to act. We can just be really comfortable, be ourselves. Take care, guys.